one of those oh shit moments where you click something or you do something and you think you've just screwed yourself over? Because I just had that. It was pretty brutal. So I was looking for the match ID for the previous match because obviously I wanted to tell the world about it, and I'm not, overstating how good that game was. But anyway, I ended up clicking on download the match. So I downloaded the replay, and then I got into the replay, and I was really scared for a moment that I wasn't going to be able to get back into the game, but luckily that didn't happen. I got back into the game, so we're all good, Brex. We are all good, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic after that one. Excited.
So I don't want to overstate it, but I've cast my fair share of Dota games, even on the big stage. There have been some huge series. EG versus DC, one of the ones I did back in TI6. Obviously, LGD versus Fnatic back at the middle of Major. Obviously, the stakes aren't as big. It's a small tournament, but in terms of action-packed Dota, that was one of the better games I've seen in a long time, to be honest.
Yep, same. And I watch a lot of games. I don't cast as many, but I watch a lot.
That's true. You do get your fair share. You've played in your fair share out of hype games in Pro Dota as well. So, you know what it takes to be in that type of situation. Obviously, one thing I would have changed about that game is if I could actually have seen the throne dying. But the action in the other base was so tense that I didn't really want to leave. And as you were mentioning, Fervian on the Mirana dying, they are losing the Divine Rapier. They just lose the game anyway if that happens. So,
well, man, that's how we have cameramen, right? We can always just flame our cameraman, Pit Munkle, for not doing a good job.
That's right, JJ. What the fuck are you doing, buddy? I can't believe you're here right now. Jesus, I got aggressive there. He's not actually here. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. I'm flaming somebody that wasn't currently casting or camera in the game. So I'm too honest, Brax. It's a fault of mine. I can't flame JJ. He's too good of a friend of mine. It's a big issue. Anyway, for anybody that wants the match ID, you could tweet at me, or I could just tweet it out. Actually, might be a better idea.
10 seconds remaining.
Of course, Mott Dota. This is not a trick to get me more followers on my Twitter. Not at all. Not even a little bit. I've tweeted out the match ID. Feel free to go ahead and look at it if you want. Anyway, in the meantime, we have a big matchup here, not a bigger matchup. It's important, whereas Clutch Gamers and Boom ID, they were fighting for a place in the LAN finals. The team that lost isn't going to get eliminated. They are still playing the playoffs. They have to play in the next few days. But for one of these teams, the loser of this game, Brax, they are done. They're out of the tournament. They don't even get a chance at the money. They don't get a chance at the top prize.
Boy.
Pretty important stuff here.
This is elimination.
Yes,
Yoshimoto Detonator versus Signify.
I like you had the flair on Detonator. It's very nice.
Well, that's just their name, man.
No. Well, that's true. By the way, they're a Japanese company played by a Pinoy team. One of the better Pinoy teams. There's a lot of Pinoy teams in this tournament, by the way. Most of who were either directly invited or part of the wild card qualifiers, which exactly is what Detonator is. So a fair amount of Pinoy teams, this being one of them. They're probably on the bottom tier of the Pinoy teams in this particular tournament, and I think in terms of their placement, that's absolutely true, as they're in almost second or third to last place here in Group A. But we got a draft going. Naga, Lycan, Disruptor for Yoshimoto Detonator. They somehow got the Naga Disruptor combination. Signify, pick up the Mirana, Sand King, Winter Wyvern, and Axe. So quite the draft so far from both of these teams, Brax.
Doesn't that just make you want Yoshinoya?
You did that on purpose. Wait, what are you talking about? I don't even know what you're saying.
Yoshinoya, it's a food place.
I've never heard of that. What is Yoshinoya?
All right.
I can also guarantee you that nobody or most people in our chat haven't heard of it either, unless maybe I'm the crazy one.
Dude, it's real.
I've never heard of it ever. What is it? What type of food place is it?
What do you think? Mexican? What do you think? Yoshinoya, come on.
Listen, Brax, you stop it with your tone right now, okay?
All right, sorry.
That's right. So, Yoshimoto Detonator have picked up, again, the Naga Disruptor combo. They have Lycan, who I think is still in a really good spot now. I don't know, man. After that last game, it's hard for me to pass up on a Mirana, though, to be fair. I think it's worthy of the first pick spot. I know it takes a while to get online, like we saw last game, and I think that might be one of the faults of Mirana, Brax, is her inability to get online early enough.
When you pick it up so early, there are a lot of good heroes against Mirana.
That's fair.
Best one is Disruptor, best carrying Slark. But of course, there's an Axe in this game, and a Lycan, so we're probably not going to see a Slark anyways.
Yeah, probably not. By the way, I screwed up the draft overlay. It's a 1-game series, not a 2-game series. Sorry, guys. I'm going to update it right now. Boom, updated. Easy.
I thought you were about to tell me that you Googled Yoshinoya. Not about the draft over
Fine,
there.
I'll Google Yoshinoya.
Make sure you type Yoshinoya food.
Okay, well, is there like some? I found Yoshinoya without having to search Yoshinoya food. Thanks though. Were you worried that like some porn was gonna come up or something?
Just look it out for you.
Okay, thanks.
I don't know what the stream can see.
Yoshinoya is a Japanese fast food chain and the second largest chain of gyudon restaurants. Jesus, the chain was established in Japan in 1899. Its motto is "tasty, low-priced, and quick." Oh boy.
Nice. That sounds like a lot of things. More tasty, low-priced, and quick.
That could mean a couple of other things, not just food, to be honest. But we're not going to go there. So, yeah, that's interesting. Maybe did it exist in LA or something? I mean, did you go there all the time?
I've had it in LA and I've had it in China.
Wow, they even have it in China. That's great.
Yeah, China and Japan get along quite well.
So I've heard. I've heard many things like that. This is a conversation we should definitely keep having. Jesus, Brax, what are you thinking? We can
move on to the Koreas too, if you'd like.
No, stop. Anyway,
time to get educated.
We got to get off this topic. It is Axe, Winter Wyvern, Sand King, Mirana. So they do have quite an initiation and counter initiation for Signify. By the way, Wyvern pretty good against some of these heroes, specifically against Lycan, who almost always deals physical damage. Cold Embrace, not to mention like Winter's Curse with Lycan units is unbelievably good. Very good for Signify. So I'm into it.
Yep. You have to be really careful of where you group the Necro books, or else they just kill people.
Yes.
Makes it really hard for Lycan to just run in and focus someone down. And all their damage is physical at the moment, right? Like, you have Disruptor, but Disruptor, this man doesn't really deal that much damage, right? He's all utility-based.
Yeah, it is 100% accurate to say he's utility-based. Like, Static Storm is a good silence. You know, Glimpse is obviously very good.
There's the damage.
That's the damage they're looking for. Forget about any physical damage. Queen of Pain provides magical damage in spades and can do a lot with it, too, so...
Yep, and she's also probably going to build an Orchid, so you have more setup for the Mirana. She could even go for Yules, so you can Yules into Static Storm.
Yes, that's actually true.
That can be interesting.
Yeah.
And then it also is a counter for the Axe, because you can Yules him when he Blade Mill calls you.
Yeah, that's going to be critical, too, trying to deal with this Axe. Yules is a very good item, I think, in this game for Queen of Pain. I would be surprised now that you've mentioned it if he doesn't go for it pretty early on. What else was I going to say? By the way, Signify is an Indian team, the only Indian team in this tournament. There's a lot of really hyped teams that are from different regions that we don't usually see. Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia. Thailand is pretty popular still in SEA, so not as much them. So it's really interesting. And Myanmar is another big one, too. It's interesting to see all these regions. We would have had an Australian team had they had better internet, but you know how that goes, so.
Yep. Lena. Jeez, this last pick, I'm not convinced by this last pick at all.
Really?
Yeah, Lena... She does not like playing into these things that can jump you from fog. Yeah. Like Venge Swap, like an ult, when you just run in and you find the Lena. Queen of Pain can blink on top of Lena too. It is good in the split push game when she's running around the map with Shadow Blade, but she does not play team fights very well into this stuff, especially the Disruptor, Nagasar and Lycan. Could be quite rough.
So what you're telling me is she needs BKB, essentially.
Yeah. Yep, it's one of these games where... to actually play this hero to its potential, you need a lot of items.
Yeah, I would say that's accurate. And I think she can farm very well. If Lena can have a game where she doesn't get run at, this is probably one of the highest damage heroes currently in Dota, I would say. I've seen many games where she just takes over. Not to mention she has numerous types of builds. Another thing is also, it's interesting, Lena is one of those heroes that not only has a ton of magic damage early, but transitions really well as like a late game carry that can do auto attack damage. That doesn't happen as much in Dota anymore. Maybe like, you know, Mirana.
It's pretty cool to see, right? She does a stupid amount of magic damage early on, and then she just transitions into a full right-click build later, or even like a Hex. Very rarely Aghanim Scepter, but you know, it has its games.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are, but I'm sure it has its games.
Carlo was asking me, and I kind of want to get your opinion on it. I don't want to miss this first blood attempt, though, so I'm going to ask you after it ends up happening. Although Swifty's going to be the one that spots Jules. Run, Swifty, run!
Uh-oh, he got caught picking his nose, Mont.
Magic Missile. They should have Kinetic Field. No, they have Glimpse, which is fine, too. He is fogging them, but now he's going to get brought back. Here comes No Chance. I don't know about this. LSA actually saves his life. Swifty, he's got a Fairy Fire, and now they're the ones that are getting pushed in.
Shots.
Jules is in trouble. Battle Hunger, the arrow will seal. It does hit on No Chance, but not enough. LSA coming back in. It's a good fight so far for the raiding team. They do lose the Sand King. Yash in trouble. Swifty is just throwing out auto attacks. It's a double kill for Blizzard. That's probably not who you want to give double kill plus, was it First Blood, I think? Yeah, First Blood too. You don't want to give that to Mirana, so that's pretty rough for Detonator there.
That was so awkward.
That was very awkward.
They still get the stun off, right? But they just couldn't get him afterwards.
Oh, by the way,
level 1 glimpse.
This is a mid lane like it for Hobbing. Interestingly enough, they're gonna put a Queen of Pain in the side lane. Wow, they really must want a better matchup against this Lina.
They don't want to put the Lycan against Axe. Is the biggest thing.
That makes sense. But it's not like the Lycan does particularly well against the Lina, though, right? In my opinion, anyway.
No, not at all.
Like, I don't know how he's going to CS, especially with No Chance in here, which is, I'm sure he's going to leave in a moment, but I guess he does have a lot of base damage, so maybe he will be able to get CS, but he'll take a lot of harass in the process. All right, now is the time for me to ask you is it the time? I hope nobody dies.
Ask me.
Okay. Carlo was asking me this question, and I was interested. I kind of made up a bunch of shit, and you know, I told him like I was some hotshot Dota player that's been playing for years, which I have, but I didn't really have the answer to the question. Blizzard gets glimpsed back. Someday I'll get to ask. Okay, so the question is, can you stop fighting? Jesus. All right, yeah, she's dead. The question is, Daedalus or Bloodthorn on the Lina? Is there what is the reasoning? We've seen a lot of Daedaluses. We've seen our fair share of Bloodthorns. Is there one choice over the other? I mean, is there any reasoning for it?
So Daedalus is more stable because Bloodthorn can get purged, but when you actually Bloodthorn someone, it does more damage than Daedalus.
Okay.
Because all your teammates crit on them as well.
Plus the True Strike, of course.
Yep, and Bloodthorn costs 2,000 gold more, so you buy Daedalus.
That's it. That's the reasoning. I mean, it's one of them. All right, now I can actually answer Carlo with confidence. You know, I was just making shit up last time. Anyway.
What'd you say? What'd you tell him?
I don't know. I said using the active if you're in Legend 4 bracket is too difficult.
Okay. Well, that's fair.
I mean,
a lot of buttons to
it's
click.
not true. I mean, it's kind of true, but, you know, I don't know. I think I said something else, too. I can't quite remember what it was. It wasn't any of the points that you just brought up, to be honest. So that's all I know. I feel embarrassed.
You shouldn't.
Thanks, Brax. Jules is getting run at. This is a pretty tricky lane top. They're taking a lot of game. Mirana, like, I'm surprised how good Mirana is in aggressive dual lanes.
Yep. The leaps, man. You can just click people forever.
Yeah. Like, another thing about Carlo and I, we specifically do Mirana +1, like, dual off lanes. Mirana Undying was the lane we played the other day, and we absolutely destroyed. He would go Blightstone. I would go over Venom. We would run people down. They would die. Rather easy game. It's pretty fun, actually. So I would suggest if you're looking for a dual lane partner, if you're playing with another friend, I would suggest trying Mirana as one of those people in the dual lanes.
Yep, Mirana's also this hero that you can leave alone, and she's not just going to feed in lane, because of the leaps, of course.
Yes, very true, actually. And even against Disruptor, like, Blizzard's fine. Like, having 3 leaps is insane, so...
Yep, Disruptor just dies if he walks up anywhere near the Sand King. He dies from full health every time.
Burrow Strike from No Chance, and then they hit, like, an arrow or something, and then, yeah, it's easy.
It's just the mid-game where Disruptor is good against Mirana.
Yeah, that's very true. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on top because I think that's where all the action is happening. Although bottom looks to be some aggression from Ola, who's going to get the Riptide off. He doesn't have an Orb of Venom, surprisingly enough. It's on to the Queen of Pain, actually, which I kind of find interesting.
You know, this lane against Axe is actually very difficult. Just the hunger. They just walk at you. It does so much damage if you can't get a last hit.
Plus Arctic Burn when it's up, you actually can get kills with it too. It's very tricky, especially if you're a support in that lane, because you don't want to be taking away.
You like how I'm distracting you a lot when there are kills up top?
Oh, I'm watching you. You didn't distract me at all, baby.
Good.
I know what I'm doing. Yash probably dies to Caustic. Yeah, he's dead, I think.
Nope.
No? He's not dead. Okay. Well, he might die anyway to the wrong auto attack.
He's dead. Well,
you spoke too soon again. No Chance is looking for the burrow. Run! Good kinetic field.
Nobody knows what's happening.
Just kill Jules. Oh my god, this is a battling lane if I've ever seen one. No Chance might actually survive. Oh my god, he survived with the Thunder Strike. That's oh my god. The Illusion's actually doing a lot of damage to Blizzard. He needs to be careful. Vengeance Sword, baby. This is the core Venge Full Spirit, by the way, which I kind of like. Negi getting run down. Shadow Strike along with the haste rune from Owa. He's got Ensnare plus Riptide back up in 3 seconds. And with that, should be enough damage, although they have to blink away in the Quap. Is she dead?
She's dead. She's getting real hungry.
Oh, yep, she's very hungry. My bad on the camera work there. Yeah, she's pretty skinny. She's malnourished. You know what she's hungry for. Battle. Splitter, Splinter Blast. Oh, was dead too. They get Negi a double kill, but he does die, which is not the end of the world. No chance killed Yash top while this was all happening, which whatever. But this is a tricky lane for Detonator down bottom. I mean, they're getting okay CS, obviously, but Axe
all these lanes are not in their favor. Axe isn't really farming, but he's got some kills, and the hunger spam is annoying. But up top, Mirana Sand King, they can kill any hero from full health. Mid lane, Lina is dominant over the Lycan. If anyone comes to gank this mid lane, Lycan can die. He's got no boots. He's never going to have boots for a long time anyways, so...
That's true.
They can pressure all these lanes, and up top, Yash going to get stunned again.
Burrow Strike into the Starstorm. They don't even need Arrow. They can use it onto Jules. Jules is walking up because they have Owa coming in. It's going to be a lot of minus armor. They missed the Riptide on Blizzard. I don't think they can kill him anyway, to be honest. Now, no chances another Burrow Strike. They're going to try to juke. They missed the Arrow. Should be able to get the kill. Good Burrow Strike. Starstorm. Jules is in trouble. Wave of Tear misses. Now the Mirana actually gets owned. Wave of Tear plus Riptide. See you later. Owa gets the kill.
There's some awkward focus fire coming out from both teams here. Not quite sure what to do. Didn't hold the arrow for the Sand King stun to come out. And the very initial engagement, they went for the Mirana, and then they should have just gone for Sand King. But, you know, they get something in the end.
You know, that's the perfect term, Frax. Awkward. It's a very awkward game. It's like your high school prom.
Yeah, I didn't go.
Well, not necessarily. I didn't mean yours. I meant anybody's. Sorry. I didn't mean to blame you there, buddy.
Well, I don't know if it was awkward or not. I didn't go.
Me neither. That's really kind of sad when you think about it. That neither of us.
You know what I did do that night, though?
Play Dota.
Yeah.
Not a surprise.
Idiots.
Got him. I played WoW, so we both got him.
There you go.
All right, rotation in. Owa's level 3. He's got the Ensnare. They're looking for no chance who gets off the Burrow Strike. They want Blizzard, which I think might be a mistake. They do have Glimpse. They have the kinetic field, but Blizzard can just, get out. Although he gets Magic Missile, maybe not. He's dead. I spoke too soon. No chance.
And they have the Glimpse, but he's going to see us.
Yeah, he's probably fine. They don't have detection. So they turned this into a tri lane, essentially. They're like, yeah, bottom sucks. Let's just kill top. And there's the Sandstorm as the Ensnare comes out. That's unfortunate.
Well, yeah. All right then.
That's one way to do it. Now JS bottom getting run out. He does have blink. Negi's going to try to get a call. Of course, that's not going to happen. Owa somehow gets bottom. Here comes the Lycan Shapeshift from mid. He has a Helm of the Dominator. He's looking for that Centaur Conqueror stomp. They needed an Ensnare, and then, yep, they kind of stacked it. Now Cold Embrace comes out. Sonic Wave does hit, but he's still pretty tanky. The call will come in. Still dead. Abin gets the kill. Nice rotation from mid. And even though with the stack disables, they were still able to get the kill one way or the other.
Yep, that is the benefit of the Lycan over the Lina, of course. When he gets the Helm of the Dominator, it's very easy for him to just gank these silence and apply a lot of pressure. Well, Lina can push the lane, and she's not going to take the tower anywhere near as fast as Lycan is going to be able to. But they actually can't hit the tower because they just TP right back, and they have good outspin.
Yeah, they have Axe.
They're hard to dive.
Yeah, exactly. Dive into an Axe, even with like 4 heroes, is still pretty tricky. And you just have Cold Embrace, and they're taking tower hits, so...
Yep. So this top lane, Mont, I know Murata doesn't have the most CS, but she has 5 kills, and she's level 5.
Yeah, she's 3rd in net worth, surprisingly. She has Treads already. She has Aquila. What do you think about Treads on this hero now? We saw it last game. Actually, Abin might be dead.
I've seen Treads every time on this hero.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Oh, that's a Lina rotation.
Pasted Lina.
See you later, Lycan. He'll take that kill. Thank you very much, to Swifty. Top lane, they're diving onto Jules as well. Suddenly, the Raiden are getting aggressive. Oh, what a swap.
Oh, Jesus.
He's breaking the ankles. Not that it matters. I think he might still be dead. Is he still dead? He's not dead. Meanwhile, Swifty gets a double kill down to the mid and bottom lane. He kills Owa.
Man, just tanky, Mont.
I guess she is.
15 armor next to the tower.
Yeah, that's a little... That's a lot. That is a lot. So, that'll do it for that fight. So, yeah, I guess the phase... I told... Carlo's been building a lot of... I have a lot of Carlo stories tonight. Sorry about that. But he's building a lot of phase on Mirana. I guess Reds is the new hot thing, I guess.
It's hard not to talk about the people you love, Mont.
It's true. Carlo the homie. Anyway, they will try to take this tower, or at least put some pressure onto the tower. Just get some planks down with Mirana as... Again, Treads Aquila working on the Dragonlance. So they have a very farmed Miranda, a very farmed Lina. You know, Axe obviously not quite where he wants to be, but once he gets Vanguard, he starts just, you know, cutting creep waves. All right, I look away top lane, and they're battling again. Blizzard in trouble. He does get off the stick charges. He has leap, and they're gonna swap him back. He'll try to leap once, but that's the only leap that he's got. They needed a cold embrace, but it was a little too late. The animation was getting cast. Unfortunately, didn't get off in time. Now Pistol getting chased down along with the Sand King. Good cold embrace, though. It's a lot of physical damage coming out. Jules will try to turn into Pistol instead. Static Storm, it misses. He didn't time it quite correctly, and the kinetic field allowed him to walk out, so he survives, and there's no detection. What a battle.
What a battle, indeed.
And it looks like JS and crew are going to get 3 bounty runes, which is really nice. So Detonator, they're actually, you know, this game is still really close, and I know that there's still a lot of farm on some of these raiding heroes, but the bigger thing is the Axe is behind, and everybody from Detonator's pretty close to everybody else other than Lina, who's got quite the game. But like, they'll have Venge with Dragonlance soon. Abbing is getting close to his Necro 1, which is nice. Meanwhile, JS is getting a lot of farm. He is working at the Yules, like you talked about. Very smart choice, I would say.
Yep, I like the Yules a lot. It's very good, especially when you're put in this role where you probably don't have as much farm as you would as a normal mid laner, right?
Yeah.
Actually, his farm looks fine.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's wow, second in net worth for the Quap. All right then. And they're going to try to push top, and there's nobody defending this for Detonator, which is kind of surprising. I guess they don't want to fight into this. The Axe is bottom though. They're going to give up this tier 1 tower. There's not even going to be an attempt to deny it. They want to try to contest and push bottom, but I don't think that's going to happen. Even if they have the Lycan come down here. I guess the Lycan is pushing mid, so that's good. But he's not going to take the building. Yep. Axe has been ensnared up. They have Sonic Wave, which they will use. Magic Missile comes out. There's no Cold Embrace to save him this time. Can they get 2 towers instead of the one that was received by Signify?
I'm very worried for this Axe mod. He went for the he went for the Vanguard. But it's 11.5 minutes, and this Vanguard isn't going to really enable him to show in lanes and to push aggressively, so we can't really use it.
Yeah.
I feel like he's not going to be able to use this item very well with how late it's been.
Yeah.
And he's going to hit this really awkward stride where he's like sitting at 600 gold, 800 gold, and just doesn't have Blink. And they're going to need Blink to actually play the game.
Yeah, that's why I don't... the whole Vanguard first build works in certain circumstances, but a lot of people just build it first regardless of the state of the game, and I think that's what's happening to Negi. He had already got, like, the Ring of Health, and I think that's why he built it, because he's like, well, I've already got half my items, so I might as well finish it.
Yep, I'm worried that it's not going to be the right item this game. It'll be good later, for sure. Like, he could go Blink into Vanguard afterwards for the Lycan Summons and build Crimson Guard, right?
Right.
That'd be pretty good, but there's going to be a point where he's just going to sit there and be like, oh, I need the farm Blink.
Yeah, he can't be involved, which means that Detonator can start trying to push down towers with Shapeshift and Necro units when he gets that item. No chance even is closer to his Blink Dagger. Arrow is going to hit onto Jules. If they find this kill, it could be some nice farm for Blizzard, and they're going to get it. Although Shapeshift about to come from Lycan. Is he going to just push the building? Yeah, that sounds about right. No glyph. Take the tier 1, he will do so with his Wolves. It's a fine trade, I think. You got a tier 1 bottom, you get a tier 1 mid. Yeah, you lose Jules, not the end of the world. It's pretty good, I think, for a Detonator.
Yep, this Mirana's going for a Dragon Length instead. The Maelstrom we're so used to seeing, so a lot less damage coming out from this item, but it does give you some HP to work with.
Yeah, I think usually you get like Maelstrom Dragonlance anyway. It's just he's getting this item first instead of actually having damage in order to fight. But you need both to be really effective, at least from what I've seen with this hero.
Yep, the Maelstrom's a big damage part, and without it, you don't farm as fast, Mon.
Oh, Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Wow, I can't believe they didn't go for that kill. I guess they didn't know who was behind Jules. Probably a smart play to back up there.
That's another pick in your nose moment, Mon. Hands off the keyboard.
Yeah.
It happens. Sometimes you just have that itch you just can't control.
You can't pause for itches, man. It doesn't happen. That's actually...
Well...
Jules actually... Oh, swap. Magic Missile and Snare. Do they have more lockdown? They've got the Kinetic Field Static Storm. He is in trouble. He's very tanky, though. And this is the issue. They just don't have any magic damage. Whoa, what a Winter's Curse. The Ash is dead. He's actually going to die to no chance. Here comes the Epicenter. Laguna Blade, and he does get the Epi off. He does die. It's a 2-for-1 trade, actually. They did end up killing the Moran. I'm not sure how. Jules got the kill, I suppose, so... Meanwhile, look at Lycan.
Yep, exactly, right. Lycan just split pushing the top lane. But this is all space for Axe to keep on farming. He's sitting at 800 gold, working towards Blink. And I like that he's not coming to fights because he needs to just sit here and farm the blink. But once he has blink, he'll be very strong.
You know, and they're still doing really well for Signify without the axe. Like that fight, they got 2. They lost the Mirana, which would have been nice if she survived. But they're still doing fine otherwise. Like this lane is huge.
Save in the cold embrace helps turn fights.
Yeah, the cold embrace, like this Winter Wyvern, if he can get his abilities off, it was a great pick. But it comes down to, can you actually get your abilities off against the Lycan and all these other heroes? So we have yet to see that big Winter's Curse on the Lycan and his units, but I would imagine it's going to be coming pretty soon if they want to take a fight once the axe gets his like blink call or something. Anyway, the Queen of Pain decided not to go for the Yules. I thought it was a great choice. Instead, she's going to work on a Orchid Malevolence.
Tricked.
Yeah, she got me.
Good, though. Very, very good against Axe. Pre-casted before blinked in.
No chance getting run down. Negi gets off the Battle Hunger. That's a nice ensnare. They have the Mud Golem. Oh, boy. No chance he's in trouble. He's mega dead. Time to back. Negi's going to get glimpsed, and he's going to lose his life probably as well, unless he can get to the shrine, which is not active, so never mind. Good cold embrace. It's a nice curse. That's the one I was talking about, but it's not enough to kill the Lycan, unfortunately. He does lose all of his mana, but it's a double kill for Jules in the meantime. They're going to probably get Pasol, although he can Arctic Burn up over the cliffs, and he's able to do so. So that is the axe coming to a fight that he probably shouldn't have been at, although I think it wasn't really his fault, to be fair. Well.
Yep, and now he sits 800 gold away from Blink Dagger. Let's see how long it takes him to get this, because when you lose momentum, when you're in that farming process, you lose all the space to farm on the map.
Yeah, true.
And it gets very, very difficult to actually find the room to farm Blink.
So he's 1550 was when I started the timer, so we'll count from there. They did get a tier 1 tower, which is going to help a lot in terms of getting him gold. He just needs to farm this part of the jungle, I think. I don't think he could farm. He can't farm this triangle camp. There's absolutely no way. There's so much vision here for the Dire that it would be very dangerous to do so. Which means that the Axe's space to farm is pretty much limited to the bottom side of the map, unfortunately for him. Top lane, they have found Sand King again. Oh, I cannot believe he actually made it out.
He's gone.
What a god, no chance. Now he gets level 8. He's still working on his Blink Dagger. That's where this game gets a whole lot easier for Signify. I say this every freaking game I cast, I swear to God. It's going to get easier with these items. Well, no shit it is, but you know what I'm saying.
Come on, Mod. Head in the game.
Yeah, my head is not in the game tonight. Would yours be after the first game we saw today?
No, that game was ridiculous.
It was. And, well, 20 damage from the Mirana talent. Mjolnir is being worked on. And that's the, they have the Lina, they have the Mirana being pretty farmed, so even though they don't have the Axe Call, it just takes one big fight once they get those Blink Daggers for them to start getting huge. They have really good late game, too. Like, don't get me wrong, Lycan, Venge are okay late game, even Flop to a certain extent, but, Lina Mirana seems pretty dangerous to deal with, especially after what we saw in the first game.
Yep, and when you talk about hero counters, it just makes the ending of the game so difficult, right? You need to have a huge net worth lead to be able to end the game against Axe and the Winter Wyvern as a Lycan. But they see this Axe, but he's got Blink Dagger.
Man, that's
flying out, so that's not bad.
Gets off the call, but he's been don't send the courier, just send it back home. Yeah, he did so. So he's dead, not the end of the world. It was unfortunate because they dropped the ward here while they were smoked in the river, and the Wyvern was right here, and he didn't break the smoke. If he had just gone back a little bit more, he would have seen them, and the Axe would have survived probably, but that didn't
Quite
happen.
Unlucky.
Yes.
But at least Signify, they're still making moves, right? They're about to take this tier 1 tower bottom, but of course, Yoshinoi and Detonator going for the Roshan.
Come on, man. Man, that must have been really good food. I'm kind of jealous. What did you eat when you went there?
I don't know, it's been a long time.
Oh, see, you don't even know what you eat when you go to the place that you've been talking about.
Well, I haven't been in that area for like 6 years or something.
Yeah, but you said you had it at China too. That's at least 4 years.
I forgot where I was in China. I was traveling somewhere.
Weren't you? Wasn't it when you were on LGD Int?
Yeah, but we went to a whole bunch of different cities, so I don't remember which city it was in.
Oh, you're not helping me out here, Brax.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'll forgive you. Maybe I'm gonna Google and see if there's a Yoshinoi around me. I do.
You better try it.
Yoshinoi near me. Near Denver. All right, there's not. So that sucks.
You tried your best.
And I've revealed to the world that I live in Denver. Just kidding. I've already told everybody that already. Nerds.
Well, you sure got him.
I really did. It's like how we got him on our prom night. It's the same sort of thing.
Yep.
All right, then. Somehow Blizzard doesn't have his Maelstrom still. I'm kind of surprised he's still farming this slowly, to be honest.
Well, that's what happens, right? When you don't have the Maelstrom to clear creeps, Dragonlance farms much, much slower.
That's true. That's another thing. Maelstrom's so good at as an arming, farming item. Jesus, arming fight him, I guess, is what I was trying to say. But
nice, the good old arming fight him.
Jules has been caught by a sentry. Yule's into LSA. See you later. That's the blink call. Laguna, man, they really want this kill, and boy, do they get it. I'm not sure. They could have saved blink call for that. The Lycan, I think, actually.
Yep, but without any follow-up abilities from Lena, they probably wouldn't have got him anyways. But
yeah,
I agree. It is better in general to save your blink call for the next target just in case something happens.
It's surprising they didn't do that much damage to the Venge. I guess she's pretty tanky. She has a lot of armor, to be fair.
Yep, 20 armor.
Is she like how does she have so much armor? My God, is she like one of the highest armor heroes in the game or something?
She has a lot of armor.
I guess she
20.
has a Dragonlance and agility treads on Aquila, which helps, but still surprising. Anyway.
I think Core Venge is deceptively tanky.
Yeah, that's probably true.
15% magic resistance as well.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Anyway. They will lose the Venge, but she has respawned. They're going to try to invade the enemy jungle and looks like pressure the bottom tier 2 tower. Lycan Shapeshift is still down for 30 seconds. He does have his Necro 3. So if you take a fight and you lose, if you're a Signify, or if you're taking a fight where the Lycan isn't there and he's split pushing, you're going to lose your towers very quickly because this hero is incredible at pushing buildings. Uh-oh.
Yep, but look at the setup here. There's a sentry.
Oh, no. Well, he still has call at least, but this is going to be a 3-man static storm.
Oh,
so.
Jesus.
Nice blink from No Chance. Sonic Wave comes out. This is a lot of damage Swifty needs to run. They get the call onto 2 nicely, though. It's a lot of damage being dealt. Arrow sailing through. It's going to hit No Chance, or excuse me, he dodges by Negi. In the meantime, they have lost 1. Lena on the other side of the fight is in trouble. She doesn't have Shadow Blade. She will LSA. They buy back onto the Wyvern in the meantime. It's going to be a 3-for-2 trade. No Chance will probably be the 4th to go down. And he will be. Triple kill for JS. And
here's Wyvern.
Wyvern died back. Yep, that's an ultra kill. That was a double damage rune, by the way, for the Queen of Pain. Plus, they had the Necros used. It's going to be 6 heroes dead for Signify. That is pretty game losing. It's a rampage for JS. So, and that's just as Aegis. Wow, that is really bad for Signify. Okay.
Wow.
Orchid clearly the item Brax. I'm going to apologize to the Quap. It was the correct choice.
And I'm going to say, yep, that's the Disruptor Dogs combo, Mutt. Walk up a hill, you get songed. Sand King was able to blink out of it, but didn't really matter.
You know.
And Lena trying to play these fights against all this nonsense coming in from all these different directions. She just can't fight without BKB yet.
Yeah, she desperately needs that item. Brax, it's almost as if you might want to consider banning Naga or Disruptor and not giving them both of the heroes because I've seen this before. I've literally said this exact same thing in this tournament. I'm sure you've heard me when I said it, so I think you're along with the right. Oh, no. 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 No chance. No chance to kill the Quap, more like it. Thanks.
Really showed him.
Yeah, I did. Oh, boy. Yeah, I would consider any team that is playing in a Pro Dota tournament. There's a few things you might want to ban. IO being the first, even though they did nerf the hero, and Naga Disruptor combination being probably the second. Other than that, yeah, I'd say you're probably fine.
And, you know, even without the Naga Disruptor, just when you're winning these engagements, right, you always find more. You always get that next kill. It gets so difficult to play against.
They really need this blade mail for the axe, I think. And once he gets it, maybe this game gets more damage for himself, I suppose. I'm not sure it's going to be enough even with that. They need to be the ones starting the fight. Like,
yes.
Like here's how they initiated. They ran up high ground. They had no vision here, so he blindly blink calls, and then the Naga just songs. They counter initiate. They find a 3-man group, you know, stacked up there. They just pop the static storm, and even though they only get 2 out of it, it's still way worth it. So for a Signify, it's about getting vision. It's about knowing where the enemy team is and not initiating blindly. And really, that could be said for any Dota team, but.
So the problem with that is there's always an August Siren to reset the fight, right? So even if you jump someone, if you blink call to start the fight, Axe is going to die right away. He's just going to get melted. They need to be able to coordinate the fight where they can actually find Naga, so Axe jumps, Sand King stuns the Naga Siren so she can't reset, but It's really hard. You need the fight to be super chaotic and super messy so that Nagasarian can't just reset the fight and then they get the combo off again.
Yeah. We're trying to find the Naga even would be nice, but it's pretty tricky to do that.
Yep, finding the Naga's more like a mistake on the Naga's part.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's no reason for her to be anywhere close to the front lines of a fight. It's a tricky situation to be in. I don't know. Again, I've seen games like this before where a team has a, somewhere between a 6 to 10k lead, and the Mirana just farms and suddenly gets huge because she's a Mirana and she gets the level 15 talent and just starts owning people.
Yep, it adds so much damage. This game's definitely not over yet. Still acts with Blink Blade Mill once he gets BKB.
Right.
That's when you can't actually do anything about him, and he's going to be able to maybe not kill, but do a significant amount of damage. There is the Venge swap to counterplay that.
That's true. And another big issue is that if Signify take just one bad team fight, they're going to just lose Rax, I'm pretty sure, at this point of the game.
Yeah, playing against Lycan and Venge.
Lycan Venge is too strong.
Oh, yeah.
They have Meteor Hammer on Naga, too, so...
Yeah. No Ring of Bassi on the Naga to do the combo, where you toggle it 3 times and then they can't actually do anything.
I still don't quite understand how that works, but yeah, I'm not going to worry about it, so...
Would you like me to explain it or no?
I guess. We have time.
Alright, so each time you shift Q the Bassi, it takes a certain amount of time. And 3 just happens to be that perfect amount of time where it makes the Meteor Hammer hit in the exact same frame as when the song ends, so you can't do anything at all.
So when do you start queuing it? Just, I don't understand how that works exactly.
Oh, okay. You channel Meteor Hammer, and then you shift Q Bassi 3 times, and then you shift click the R button.
I see. So you just shift, essentially you just shift Q 4 times. Is what
yes, exactly. It's very easy to do.
Okay, well that sounds way easier now that you've explained it that way. What's not easy is Negi surviving. In fact, it's impossible. He's dead for 48 seconds now. Man, that is unfortunate. And that's going to be Jules' BKB as well, which is going to be had before Swifty gets his own, which is really important. They need this BKB for Swifty pretty badly.
This game is just one team fight away from being completely blown open on the side of, I guess,
Yoshimito Detonator.
Yoshimito Detonator.
Detonator. Yes, you got to say it like that.
I have to give it the flair it deserves.
Yep. Signify, a team from India that has not won a series this entire tournament, playing against a Pinoy team with some really heavy hitters in terms of the names that are on the squad. Yaj, Owa, Abing, some pretty familiar faces. But they're in trouble now. They've got to find something to do here in terms of
here it is,
fight.
Mirana. Let's see if they could actually make something happen.
They have sentries, though. Negi's going to walk up, and they're going to see him. And there's the call. It's a lot of damage, but there's a swap to counter-initiate. Abing's still in trouble. He does pop the shapeshift. Uh-oh. That's kind of a mistake, actually. They Song and Sonic Wave at the same time. I still think they're going to win the fight, though. Static Storm comes out, and they'll bring down one. No chance jumping in with the Epicenter. Doesn't do enough damage. LSA, they've got the Laguna Blade. That's one dead. Can they get Abing's the question. No, they cannot. He's too fat. Oh, all right. I spoke too soon. He died to Swifty, who actually has his BKB now. He's going to get 3, it looks like. Yep, they're going to win this fight somehow. Although Jules is coming in. But here comes the Sand King. Okay, well, Swifty's dead. Mirana's still hitting pretty hard, though. Did she get the level 15 talent? She did. So it's a 4-for-4 trade. Okay, never mind. It's a 5-for-4 trade. How did she die? I can't actually... What happened there? Did she die to the Necro unit? The backlash?
She turned around and she hit the red one, Mott.
Oh, my God.
You don't hit the red one when you're low on health.
No, that's not what she wanted. She still gets 1,400 gold out of it, which is nice. And they don't lose their tier 2 tower, although, yeah, he's trying his best to take it. That is unfortunate, but I'd say it's a pretty good fight for Signify. They clearly have enough damage now to be able to take these engagements as long as they can get off a decent call. That was probably the worst start to a team fight, too, because they walked into the sentry. Like, the Venge saw this happen. He just walks into sentry range, and then they go for the call, and then the Venge just swaps him immediately. And so that was a pretty good initiation, but they still kind of missed the Static Storm combination. They didn't have the Kinetic Field there.
Yeah. The biggest thing that Detonator didn't do right there was they didn't respect Alina's BKB. They probably didn't know she had it, but Alina BKB came out, Clean of Pain died from full health. Lycan tried to man up on Alina, couldn't do it, and then he ended up dying too, so lots of gold going the way of Signify.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
All of a sudden, Queen of Pain, Alina, super farmed.
I think Blizzard should buy Mjolnir instead of a Manta style. I'm sure there's a reason for it, but Yaj tries to live, and it's not going to happen, so... Anyways, what were you saying about Manta Style?
Oh, I was saying it's good against the net.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And Venge Stun, of course. So it's not that bad, but there is the chance that she might need BKB because if you just, you know, open with the song combo on the Mirana, she's just gonna die.
Oh, these illusions are gonna spot these heroes. No chances behind, but look at JS. Look at his positioning. All right, now he blinks to do another set of tree lines. This is a weird positioning for Signify. They're not all together. The Sand King is mega alone. He's about to be spotted by this range creep. Okay, he's dead. He did not expect them to be up here. They should just back. Don't take this fight for Signify. Yeah, just back up. No reason to be there.
There's a chance that maybe Detonator will be clumped up and then Axe can get a pretty big call here because they're not expecting a team fight, but they have no vision, so there's no actual reliable way to jump.
Yeah, and just not having the Sand King is dangerous too.
Yep.
Are they actually going to try to Roche? They have vision of the Lycan. They see the wave of tear. They saw it. Meanwhile, the Necro units are going to deward. Although, Blizzard, if you kill this Necro unit, you might die. Well, you're not going to die, but, you know, take some damage. Alright, this is a tricky point in the game. Detonator, if they take the wrong Roche fight, they could easily lose whatever advantage they have at this point. Meanwhile, Signify, they lose this Roche fight, they just lose the game probably. So, it's a tricky situation for both of these teams.
It's still hard for Detonator to end this game just because of the Axe, Winter Wyvern, Lina sitting on the high ground. Like these are two heroes with 700 range with the Dragonlance and just Lina's long attack range. It's very difficult for them to take a fight inside their base.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's very difficult for Detonator to take a team fight inside of Signify's base.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's very tricky, even with all the utility they have. Yaj is invis. They don't have detection, I don't believe, unless they drop a sentry right now. Although no chance of sitting on a sentry, which Yaj is so close. But he's not going to walk up. Now he will. All right, well, I spoke too soon. They see him. And they're going to try to go for this kill, and they will be able to do it. They don't have the Venge here, so they don't have the swap. So that's a nice pickup. The question is, what can they get done with this? He does have buyback. I don't think they can Roche. They'll try with Moonlight Shadow more than likely.
Roche is so hard against Naga and these Lycan Wolves, the scout you. I think it's suicide if you do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's not even a reason for me to think that it's going to happen. They need more kills. They need the Naga. They're going to find Jules. Uh-oh, Swifty is going to be the one that's found. Does he have enough damage? Plus BKB. Axe is... Oh, look at Axe. What a play. They knew. And that's Jules dead. What a play. How did they know? They didn't have any vision there. That's pretty insane.
Well, now it could be Roche.
You think so? Even though they still have Naga? Like, he has buyback and Venge.
So, the thing is, as long as they have sentries, right, they can kill the wolves before they come in, and then it'll be up to Detonator to kind of guess. And then you can play it around that. You can play to just bait the team fight rather than just to sit there and do Roche.
Not sure if you want to try it now. They're in the pit, but it's already too late. Here comes Lycan with his ulti and his Necro units.
Yep, glimpse up in 7 seconds. They're looking.
Well, so much for trying to Roche now. And they have JS coming in on the back lines. Negi misses his call. He might get run down. That's the Lycan ulti dead, though. But here comes the rest of the team. He is in trouble. Good cold embrace, though. They need a curse song. That actually is really good for... Well, maybe not. They missed the Meteor Hammer. That's really bad. This is where they need that shift Q.
Full retreat.
Can they get out? They have Yules now. Naga's dead. She has no way to get out of the situation. Now you can absolutely Roche. 100%, I think. Maybe? Even? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no Lycan. Go for it. BKB down as well.
They need to get some vision over this. They need to, yeah, they absolutely need some vision in this area. Do they have any?
There's one coming on the courier.
Okay, well, they definitely need that. These Lycan Wolves are going to be an issue otherwise. Jules is looking for... Oh, my God. Jules is going to go for a swap play. Oh, he's sentry not in the right spot.
Oh, no. The Wolves are in the pit.
Yeah, they are. They're now... I think they're dead now. I think they did die. They lose the Wyvern in the meantime. The Lycan ult is back up. What a call, though, on a Jules. Sonic Wave, Burrow Strike. They need some more damage coming in from Blizzard. He's a little too low. The Gouda Blade coming in, but Obbing's fine. He pops the BKB. They get Blizzard, and they're going to bring him down, and now it's 4 dead, and, of course, the Quap gets the Aegis. They get Roche as well. What a team fight coming in from Detonator. They're going to get all 5. And they were not respecting A, the Lycan Wolves, B, the Lycan ulti, which came back off cooldown. And that's just enough to probably win the game for them, I think, actually.
I think so, too. This should be Rex. Like, even if they buy back, they still have everything.
They glyphed for the tier 2, interestingly enough.
So, you know, Queen of Pain, she has one of the best ultimates for stealing Roshan because it does pure damage.
Yep.
You know, it's very easy to last hit the Roshan, jump in to time that properly. Queen of Pain blinked in, and she got bashed. But it didn't matter. Nobody else was focusing on the Roshan.
Yeah, that's... They were all outside the pit. As good of a Sand King Son as that was, they didn't do enough damage to the Lycan. They Laguna Bladed him, but he has a pipe. So, like, all of this damage just felt like it didn't do enough to the Lycan. You know, even though he doesn't have the most armor, he's still able to survive and able to grab a couple of heroes. He had his BKB used. They have Song back up now, so if you try to take a fight here and you're Signify, you're probably just going to get Songed, and then you just TP out onto the Detonator team. But they don't even need to. Looks like they're backing up, and they have to deal with the base back at their own tier 3 tower. So it's 14k now, and they still have ways back into this game for Signify, but it feels really difficult, Brax.
Yeah, it does, especially with that fight, right? Like, they use the cheese, but they still have Aegis.
Yeah, exactly.
And the items are creeping in.
I mean, like, Signify, they take 1 or 2 good team fights, and Detonator kind of have a misplay in a few of theirs, but it just feels like every time they have a good... It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back type of thing for Signify in almost every single one of these engagements so far.
Yep, that was a very articulate way to put it, Mutt.
Thank you. That's my job. I try to be articulate, though I fail most of the time, to be fair. But when I'm on, baby.
Nice. When you're on, you're on.
Yeah, exactly.
Such a way with words.
You know, I try.
Yep, not very hard.
Oh, come on! How are you going to do that to me? What's your issue? Brax, I rely on you for moral support. How do you got to do me
really?
like that? Yeah, I've said it numerous times when I cast and you say something nice, like, oh, thanks, Maud, or oh, you did great there, you know?
All right, Maud, I'm just going to build you up.
Thanks. That's all you need to do, really. You don't even need to be a co-caster.
And then break you down.
Don't build me up, Buttercup.
And I'll let you down.
No. Anyway. 14k lead for Detonator. Here we go. They're going to take Shrines. They're trying to find No Chance, who might be dead. He's looking pretty dead. He blinked in, so he has no way of getting out other than Burrow Strike. He is very tanky with Crimson Guard, which he got instead of the Axe, which is good. Magic Missile, dead for 50. Time to push high ground. I mean, they have Daedalus on Lina, I guess, which is something, but...
I actually think it's pretty difficult for Detonator to push this.
Yeah, because of Axe Call or Winter's Curse?
Yeah, it's Lina. I mean, you have to dive the base super, super deep. Axe is going to jump, sure. It's going to get Song, but then you're not going to have much for Lina. And Lina and Ron are just going to sit in the back behind the tower. The best way to do this is to actually start with the swap.
Shiva's Guard. They jump in with a Quap looking for Soul, who's actually made it out of the Sonic Wave. The Orchid won't kill him. He can... Okay, he Cold Embraced into death. So he'll buy back immediately. They still have no Sand King for another 8 seconds. The Axe tried chasing JS, who's kind of stuck in the trees, but of course he's blinked, so it's fine. They need a Winter's Curse, but they're all spreading out really nicely. They're looking for Fasol. Obbing's getting chewed up by this Lina, but they can't find the kill. JS blinks in aggressively. That is Aegis. He still has BKB. Oh, that's really bad. Here it comes. The combination. They were still songed for some reason. That was like half of it. It doesn't matter.
The hammer.
Yeah, I know he's channeling the hammer. It doesn't matter, I suppose. They killed the Lina. She doesn't have buyback. That'll probably do it. They get the kill on the Quap, but at this point, everybody's just going in with Oa and Jules. Meanwhile, the Lycan's taking bot racks. I mean, they're winning the fight even without the Lycan at this point, who is taking the building. So that'll probably do it for game. And that's going to be Signify, unfortunately for them, out of the tournament. Detonator will move on to the playoffs. Signify did really well for a team that we haven't seen before. A team from India where the eSports region, in terms of what they do in Dota, it's not really, they haven't been in too many tournaments, at least that I've seen, against some of these better SEA teams. I think they played pretty well, all things considered, throughout this tournament, Brax, but they just need, I think they need to learn a bit more, and I think they need a little bit more experience to come back in and play really well in the next tournament, I think.
Yep, I agree. Experience goes a long ways, and playing games like this is definitely where you build it up, you learn from your mistakes, you grow as not only a person, but as a team.
Wow. That was very articulate.
Thank you.
I got your back. So, we're not done yet. As good as that first game was, and this was a pretty good game to be fair as well, we do have a third game coming up. not as much at stake between the next two teams in EVOS and hold on. EVOS and Geek Fam. Okay, it's going to be a good series or a good game. But the thing is, they're just playing for the top spot in the playoffs. Both of them are already in the playoffs. They're not going to make it to the LAN final. They're not going to get eliminated. Not yet, anyway. It's just for seeding at this point. So that's our next game. It's going to be our last game of the day. It's only 3 games today in the usual 4 that we have. Also, I didn't point this out, but the group stages are essentially over. This is the last day of group stage / like tie